because I believe that God bored me to feel the feeling that people feel when they are not loved.
You being a mother, even though your son kind of turned against you, you still love him.
But they didn't know how to show me they loved me because they had issues themselves.
Do you think that's an excuse? Because you yourself,
They didn't know no better.
But you didn't either.
I really didn't. That's right. I did the best I could.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio, and I lived in Gainesville, Florida for about 40 years. And I raised my children and my grandchildren. And I found myself that I gave up my apartment to help my son, who's on dialysis and got heart problems and all that. Then my grandson, my daughter, I got a daughter that's 40 years old, and we lost our grandson to a tragic accident and stuff. So everybody got crazy, but rootless. And I'm not gonna be mistreated. I couldn't take it from my kids because I was a foster child from the time I was 4 years old till I was 18. And I was molested from the beginning of my thought. I was licking on a woman's. The first day I noticed that I was here. And I was obedient. I wasn't a bad child or nothing, but I got led from room to room. When it wasn't her, it was her cousin. When I left that foster home, it was always somebody, but I got molested all the way. I had no mind of my own. Nobody told me nothing about I love you or nothing of that. So now I have a book that I'm writing, and it's called Born Not to Be Loved. Because I believe that God bored me to feel the feeling that people feel when they are not loved. When you bring a child home, you don't just put a child in the corner, and a newborn home, and put in a corner, because they're gonna grow. The brain grows, everything. And all they know is that corner. Well, I was one. Nobody taught me nothing except my name, be quiet, don't tell nothing.
Born not to be loved. That's a powerful statement. You didn't feel any love growing up.
I didn't get it. I walk around in a coma. I was a foster child. I didn't know what eggs and bacon was until I was in the second foster home, because I ate oatmeal every morning. All right. Had to sit in the sink every morning until the foster daughter came and bathed me. And then she would take me in the room and have me suck a pussy. On that. So then after that, she tell me, give me a piece of candy and tell me don't say nothing. And then sit me in the front of the TV. And I remember Popeye and all them old cartoons. And then all the other foster children, there was about 10 of us, they had went to school. And I'd be sitting there, and then the foster grandson would come in and he would lead me to a space on the porch and do his little thing between me. But nobody never said why I was there, who I was there, or nothing. Was yes ma'am, no ma'am, go to bed, eat, don't tell nobody. So here I am, I'm 66 years old. I try to stick around for my children who are 40 and 50 something. I'm not ready to go to no nursing home or nothing. So I'm still getting around. And
You still look pretty strong.
I'm trying to be, because I'm a HIV. I was dead. When I walked in there, I was 15. You know the scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was 15. And now I'm undetected.
Yes.
Have been for 10 years.
Yes.
So I asked God. I found feelings with people. Why a lot of people out here are going through what they're going through is because of what they've been through in their home life. Things that people do to them. And when I was raising my kids, my house was a safe house that the kids would come to because their mama was over there on so bad and everything. And I was doing but I was doing laundry. All right. So now, reason why I came here is for peace. This is my death. This is where I'm gonna die. Right here. I want to see that ocean. I wanted to see that. I used to watch Miami, Jackie Gleason. And it's over Miami. He used to get the water. It's when I was a little girl and all that coming up. And so now I find myself that I'm not going to try to kill myself no more because I would lose the blessing from God, a blessing my family to get into heaven with me. And I'm doing everything I can. My life is not mine, it's the Lord's. I had to give it to the Lord because the pain was so deep of the different dramas that I've been through. I understand people's heart, words and things can kill you. That hurt you, a heart attack. But I prayed and I prayed. And so God has blessed me to have a peace of mind. I'd rather be on these streets than to be in the presence of my son, who I couldn't even stay in the couch and I couldn't fix him dinner. I couldn't be, because he's so bitter with the world. I truly know this. Each and every person out here was born to go through what they're going through so that we may all come together as one to get to heaven. So the devil's not going to get the victory in all of it.
It seems like you're a very big believer in God.
I love to live.
In spite of the fact that you grew up without, I guess, feeling the love of God.
That's my witness. That's my testimony to feel.
Now, why is it that I see so many people right now that are, quote unquote, making it in life? They're making millions of dollars. They're driving the best cars. They live in the best houses. They don't believe in God. But somebody who went through such a tough childhood, such a tough life, you have such a strong belief in God.
You know, isn't that amazing? You see how the millionaires or whatnot, their houses burnt down and the tornadoes tore up their place and everything. And these were prosperous people. And then before they say, thank you, Lord, they say, I've lost everything. And they ready to rebuild. Well, the devil work in all kind of ways. All right. I'm glad, personally, in my good days, I gave away more money and helped more people when I got blessed. And I'm glad now that I believe I'm going to be prosperous because I'm prosperous, not to still want to live and don't mind laying on the street, pee doo-doo on. But as long as nobody don't mistreat me, I'm not going to have that.
Right.
I want to show love to everyone, even the bum on the street, which I've always been like that.
Yeah.
And so now, what I believe is it's a tool of the devil. Because when I had it all, I had nice houses, gave away money, and now even the bestest of my friends or family act like I don't assist. But my good outweigh my bad. But if it were left up to the devil, he would let me hurt myself. I would have killed myself 10 times, okay? But I'd give that to God. I learned to study the word and listen and give that to God. Look what Jesus did. He walked through the hood. Jesus, from the way they sound, Jesus walked and lived right through this, all right? Didn't have a place to stay or nothing. And he looked like he ate and everything went on. So I feel like, wow, I know he was glad when he got to heaven. All that, being good people suck. But I'd rather be on this side than the other side. Because it must be terrible to do things and be mean and you know you're wrong and all that. And then you can actually, you're scared to lay down or sit down and somebody ain't gonna get you. All right? I like being on the other side.
How long have you been out here?
I'm what?
A month?
Yeah.
What was that month been like for you? What is the
Uh,
experience like? Especially being a woman, which I'm assuming
I've
it's harder.
always had, I've never lived out here. I've been homeless before, but I always had a shelter, was able to figure out something.
You know,
I'm so grateful right now just not to see my son act like he want to kill me. Oh my God, I'm mad. Like I've been there for them. But there's nothing. And then when I'm dead and gone, they gonna break out and cry. But while I'm living, I ain't shit. Cause I said when I die, I want them to burn me, scoop my ashes up, and throw me in the nearest trash. Why recognize me?
while you're dead and they didn't do it while you were alive.
Well, when I'm dead, it's all gonna come to them.
Yeah.
Cause that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is when your folks die. Boy, when mama died, oh, that's just awful. My real mother turned out to be the meanest woman in the world, but I never disrespect her. Things that the kids will say to their parents right now, how would you talk? You got parents? Could you imagine telling your parents to kiss your hand or F you?
I was brought up in a way that if I ever disrespected my parents, I'd get the belt. Very, very hard.
Okay, then when I got the belt, they called it child abuse and said I abused them. Okay,
It's
so
not
now
abuse. It's
all
discipline.
I know is I'm good. Well, I got something.
Yeah.
And it's to live in a world, I guess it's the music or something. My son wanted to fit in so bad, he was willing to tell lies or whatnot. I chased him off the corner for drugs. He was 6 feet. I was 5'3". I chased his butt off the drugs. But if you ain't gonna sell no drugs, anybody gonna be a crook in this house is me. So now there you go. I watched my nephews go in and out of jail and prison. I wouldn't let him hang with them. And so it's just a total resentment.
And I'm not a parent yet, but you being a mother, even though your son kind of turned against you,
I
you still love him.
him.
You can't walk away.
I still love my mama. I love all my parents. I thank God for the beating. I do not, I know I knew they loved me, but they didn't know how to show me they loved me because they had issues themselves.
Yeah.
My mother was abused. I found out. She's in prison. My other foster parents, they were just older and older people didn't talk. Love.
Do you think that's an excuse? Because you
They
yourself,
didn't know no better.
but you didn't either.
Nah, I didn't know no better because they didn't teach me no better. You got to teach love.
Right, exactly. But you didn't grow up with love. But according to you, you've given your sons love. You've given your children love.
All I
So you
did-
didn't know any better either.
All I do is, I really did. That's right. I did the best I could.
Yeah.
But the grown folks, they scared I'm gonna tell what they did. So it's not that they don't give me no respect. They walk around scared. I done forgave. I done forgave.
You forgave everybody who did
I
you wrong.
forgave. Because that's the way I'm going to get to heaven with God. I gave it to him, and he take care of it.
Was it easy to do?
No, it wasn't. And now that I got it, that's why I left my son. Because the devil, he'll try to get you the closest thing to you, okay? But then I found out the more you praise God, he supernaturally comes by and make it easier that you don't have to worry about that. So I thank God for that. Because I went through the battle of, but now I'm not going to let nothing make me lose my mark of getting to heaven. So anything I do, I think him. I give it to him. My life is not his. Mine is his.
What you just said, I went to a service, I think it was about a month ago, and the pastor was talking about control. And the question was, do you think that you have control of your life? And the reality is that we have no control. He has the control.
That's it.
And the more that we try to control our own lives, the more,
We make a mess of it.
yeah.
You make a mess of it. So every few minutes, I be like, okay, Lord, I just got put off of this corner. All right, go. I go there, sit up. My life is not mine; it's His. So anyway, from this day on and on, I personally don't care about what I think. I'm thinking with the Lord.
What do you think God's plan is for you?
I believe He wants me to tell my story, but I want to tell it not to be a depression, but to make people think. Think, let it go, because you don't need the doctor, the psychiatrist, and all that. All you need is to take and get a personal relationship with the Lord. You know, you see people talking to themselves and all that, but people don't want, and to forgive. People don't want to forgive. They want to hold on to that burden, that sorrow, but it feels bad to feel hurt. Well, I hurt it so bad. 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 And when my people, and then when they turn their back, and I was hurting. Once I got that hurt out of me, I ain't doing that no more. So I can understand. I had great psychiatrists though, that for the first time I could talk to them about it. But not only do you need to talk about it, you gotta realize that people got so much anger, the violence, the abuse, the stuff is real. It's real. So how do it's definitely though, but we got a God that allows you to go through everything for a reason. He's a good God. So I believe that He put us all here to go through our own drama so that we all can come together and go up.
Yes, ma'am.
Because what better person knows than another person that been through?
You said that God's plan for you is for you to spread your word, share your story, and lift people up. What is your plan for yourself? Let's say that people are watching this right now. How can people help you?
To keep my peace of mind. I want to be able to see my grandchildren. One, he passed away. I'll see him again. My oldest one, I call him the professor. He's been going through changes and stuff, but he's a good kid. The other one, he playing basketball. He like to throw them threes. And my little granddaughter, Secretary of State, because she say, this how you do it, Grandma. I just want my own space, my own home. I always had one. And I lost everything because the kids were supposed to be playing my storage and they didn't. So I just want peace. That I'm going to have peace for me and my dog. I want to help people to help themselves. Like you say you here to help me, to help myself. That's why I'm talking to you. So I can help myself. And I am ordained to treat other people like I've been treated. So just like I be helped, I'm gonna help somebody else.